Hi, Mel here, aka the Mummy Trainer, and I wanted to share my thoughts around a book called Gone Missing by Steve Vanoy and Azul Torres. So, this is the first edition in a series called Adventures in Cinderbottom. Now, just to give you a little bit of background, so Azul and Steve are very good friends of mine. I've known them for many years. They are authors and they also help people to publish their own books. Phenomenal people, you need to go and check them out. So, this was a joint venture and it is based on stories from Steve's father's life as a child growing up in a small town. Cinderbottom, I do believe, is actually a real place. So Steve and Azul recorded lots of different interviews with his dad, who is sadly no longer with us, about his life, and they wanted to really document what was happening. And these are stories that he used to tell over many years that Steve and Azul are used to hearing, and they wanted to share them with other people. So, the protagonist is called Smokey, and I believe that was Steve's dad's nickname. So, he is a teenage boy. So, the character is loosely based on Steve's dad. Teenage boy in a town called Cinderbottom, miners town. Not a great deal goes on, really, and he's quite bored. He doesn't want to follow in the same footsteps as his father and his grandfather. They were both miners because he saw the damage that it does and is fairly intelligent, although cannot be bothered with school. As a teacher, I have met many people like that. But yes, very smart kid, hangs around with a group of boys. His best friend is a boy called Duwat. He's very loyal, doesn't have a great deal to say. Another very intelligent boy, but just not interested in school either. So they like to get up to things like fishing and smoking cigarettes and just basically trying to keep themselves amused in a small town where not a great deal goes on. But the town is known for illegal activities. So there are moonshine stills. Now, this is something that's set in like the 50s, I believe. Moonshine stills and brothels, so prostitution, smuggling. And it's the kind of town where people go if they really don't want people to know what they're getting up to. So Smokey generally tends to get quite bored with life in Cinderbottom, and he's a very nosy kid. People would say inquisitive. I'm calling him nosy, and he likes to know what's going on. He's always got an eye out, and he always is aware of something out of the ordinary is happening. He's a very helpful guy. Knows everybody. Makes it his business to know everybody. Runs errands for people, and generally it's about making life interesting for him and the group of friends, in particular his best friend Do What. To keep things entertaining, I guess, in a town that's quite small. So it's an adventure and it's about people who come into Cinderbottom from the big city, and Smokey wants to know what's going on and why these people are coming into the big city. It's a really fun book to read. It's not the kind of book I would usually read, but I wanted to obviously support my friends, and I'm really glad that I did, because it was nice to know that the character and the stories had that truth to it, because it's a retelling of Steve's dad's adventures when he was growing up. So I don't want to talk too heavily about the storyline because I'm going to spoil it for you, but his inquisitiveness gets him and his friends into trouble, and then he needs to figure out a way to get out of trouble. And it was just a really interesting read. It's not too long, really. To be honest, you could read the book in the weekends if you had time to just sit back and chill. And it's just really fun. I'm quite looking forward to the next one. At the back of the book, there's an extract about the next story, and it starts off with the two friends getting up to things that they would normally do, like fishing, things like that, before they get themselves involved in yet another adventure. So I would definitely recommend checking out the book. I really enjoyed reading it. I took my time purposefully reading it because I wanted to make sure that I savoured every moment, not meaning to sound cliched, but it's definitely one to check out. You can get it on Amazon. So I ordered it and it came within 2 days, which was fantastic. And yeah, just really happy for Steve and us all, and can't wait to read the next instalment, Smokey and Do What.